now the temperature between the further episode, the cost of the info on this is total cost on this is 8. You know the cost of the board game between the different. Between 1 and 81. It will be 80 because you host the dates Jill Perry. Jill Perry passed away because the president council because we do the game show the now because we did but starting with the emo on this Saturday night into May 12 and on this Saturday night episode number 1 and cost of enjoy it today for email Wednesday Saturday night until May 12 and Wednesday Saturday night. Enjoy my video, okay? Enjoy.
The cards are fun. The questions are great. The contestants are ready. Let's not make them wait. On Card Sharks. And here's the host of Card Sharks, Jim Perry.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Welcome to Card Sharks. Nice to have you here. Thank you for joining us as always at home. And Steve Taylor of Randall, Washington. Thanks for the opening poem, Steve. And now let's get to the cards. Janice and Lois, if you will, load in the cards. You can see we have a game in progress with these Card Sharks. Dennis Crowley, our champion. Hi, Dennis.
Oh, I'm pretty good. How about yourself, Jim?
I'm fine.
Oh, great.
Why don't we just sit here and talk for a while? We found out a lot about you, that you work at a school, you do some teaching, what have you. I never asked you what some of your hobbies are.
Well, my hobbies are chess, softball, bowling, baseball, and I umpire softball games as well as play them. So, I also do a little TV DXing as well.
TV DXing? What is that?
Well, sometimes when the atmospheric conditions are in a certain condition, okay, you can get TV stations like thousands of miles away.
Oh, I don't know if that's legal or not. I'm sorry, but I'm sure it's an interesting hobby, Dennis.
It is.
You've done very well here, winning $7,200, and I'm going over that one quick. Let's meet the challenger, Murphy White. Hello, Murphy.
Hi.
I don't want to get you in trouble, then. Murphy, won't you tell us again about yourself? We just met you on the last show.
Yeah, well, I just moved here from Kentucky, and right at the moment, I'm an unemployed social chemist.
A social chemist?
Yes, sir.
What's a social chemist?
Bartender. I figure if a garbage man could be a sanitation engineer, I can be a social chemist.
Okay, that sounds very good. Good luck to both of you. You both cut the cards in front of our audience?
Oh, sure did.
All right, we'll pick up where we left off. We play the best 2 games out of 3. Game 1 was won by the challenger, Murphy, so we're picking up in the middle of Game 2, and Dennis, the champion, needs this game. He's moved over now. His base card is a 9, needing 1 card. Murphy has moved over as an 8 as her base card. With her deck, she needs 2 cards. Question 3, as we left off, goes to you, Dennis. Dennis, we asked 100 marriage counselors. Generally speaking, if a married man has an affair, but he knows he'll never do it again, Should he confess it to his wife anyway? How many marriage counselors said he should confess it anyway?
Oh, you're asking a single person that question? Oh, boy. Okay. I say that that number's going to be pretty low because I don't think he wants to stir up any problems or any of that kind. I'd say about 23.
Dennis says 23 out of 100 say he should confess it. Murphy, higher or lower?
I think more should say you should confess it to try to get it out in the open and everybody, have an ease. I think just a little bit higher.
You say higher?
Yes.
Well, if it is higher, Murphy, you'll play your cards first. If not, it'll be Dennis with his, and the audience does not agree with Murphy's decision. Let's find out. The actual number of marriage counselors who said a man should confess an affair to his wife is 17. It's lower. Dennis, you're right.
Gotta kiss that 9 goodbye, Jim.
And winning the question, Dennis has the opportunity to change that 9 to a 6.
Okay, it's gotta be higher, Jim, please.
Higher than a 6 for the win.
Yes!
And Dennis ties things up. Each player with one game and $100, and we have to set up for the tiebreaker. And in the tiebreaker, there'll be just 3 cards up there and 3 questions here. And we'll start the tiebreaker with a question to you, Murphy. Murphy, we asked 100 married men. Since you got married, have you ever given another woman a kiss that was more than just friendly? How many men admitted they have?
Well, I think there's quite a few. If they've been married a long time, get a little strange or something. But I think quite a few.
You think marriage does that to people, huh, Murph?
Well, I don't know, variety, they say.
Oh.
I'd say about 53.
53 out of 100 have given a kiss that was more than just friendly, Dennis.
Well, Jim, there's one good thing about being single. You can kiss a woman any way you want to. But I'm going to say that number's going to be a little bit lower.
Okay, I'm not going to make any comment at all. You say low. The actual number of married men who've given another woman a kiss that was more than just friendly is 30. It's lower. Dennis. And the champion starts the tiebreaker with a 10.
Oh, Jim, we got to kiss that one goodbye, too.
Changing the 10 to
a 2. Love that deuce. Higher, Jim.
Higher than a 2. An ace.
Lower, Jim.
For the championship. Yes. Dennis wins it again. Oh. Murphy, I thank you for joining us. I hope you get a job soon as a social chemist. And you've got $100 here and some nice party gifts. Thanks for being here. Murphy White. Dennis, come on down here. Dennis goes for the big money right after this. Congratulations. Good comeback. Back with our champion, Dennis Crowley. You already have over $7,000. You're a gambler, I must say.
Oh, I bet I am.
Are you ready to go for the big money?
Definitely.
Let's open the board and get to the money cards. Come on. Already opened up for you, Dennis. See how much of a hurry we are to get you ready?
Oh, boy, that's great.
Here we go. The money cards with $200 of new money, Dennis, and these 3 cards on the bottom level. Bet them as you will. Move up to the second line. We'll give you another $200 of betting money. 3 more cards. Minimum bets, of course, $50 till you get to the top card, the big bet, and there you must risk at least half the money. Good luck. Here's $200. And you can change your base card on each of 3 levels if you need to. You'll start off with $200 and a 9.
Oh, kiss that one goodbye, Jim.
Well, I'm not that close to it to kiss it, but I'll change it.
Okay.
Changing the 9 to an 8, right up the middle.
Okay, $50 lower.
Minimum bet $50 that this card is lower than an 8. It is a
great card. All of it higher.
$250 higher than a 2. Yes, for the 4.
All right, all of it higher.
Again, all of it $500 higher than a 4. Yes, for the 9. Good job on the bottom line with 1,000. We'll give you another 200 as we move it up. You've got
Put some wings on that card and let it fly away.
Changing the 9, and again, the top card off the top of the deck. You must play this one. A king.
Great. All of it lower.
$1,200 trying to double it. No! Oh! Ace came up in the wrong time. And it looked like such a good card, Dennis.
Sure did.
Well, that's the first time the money cards have failed you, though, in 3 cracks.
That's true.
So come on down here, Dennis, and maybe you'll get another chance to do it. Still have the 200 in the game. You've got $7,400. You're still a good champion.
Thank you.
Maybe you get another crack. We'll find out after we meet a new challenger right after this. That was tough. That was tough. For the king, you got it. Dennis. Dennis is dealing out 2 brand new decks of cards. That means it's time to meet a new challenger on Card Sharks. Sharon Hurst. Hello, Sharon. Oh, see that? My goodness, nice to have you here.
Thank you. I love being here.
Won't you tell us about yourself?
Okay, I'm Sharon Herbst, and I'm from Woodland Hills, previously Denver, Colorado. And I'm a freelance writer, and I really am into yoga and tap dancing.
Yoga, they go together?
Sure. I mean,
Yoga and
get
tap
your feet
dancing.
behind your head and start tap dancing. That's
Tap dance, I'm sorry.
Right.
We're happy to have you here with us, Sharon. Have you cut your cards? Then we'll start the best 2 games out of 3 with a question to the champion. Dennis. Dennis, we surveyed 100 people who live in Middletown, Pennsylvania, the site of the recent 3 Mile Island nuclear accident.
Right.
And we asked them, do you think the nuclear power plant at 3 Mile Island should be shut down forever? How many people in Middletown said the power plant should be shut down forever?
Well, I think that's going to be probably a pretty high number because all the publicity it got and from what had happened and from them seeing all that smoke coming out of their chimney. So I'm going to say it's about 67.
67 out of 100 people said it should be shut down forever, Sharon.
Well, I think that they probably wish it were. However, nuclear energy is still an important part of all of this, even with all the tragedies.
So what do you think they said?
I really think that they said that lower. It would be lower, fewer of them.
Well, the actual number of people in Middletown who think the 3 Mile Island nuclear power plant should be shut down forever is 43. It is lower. Sharon, yes.
Okay.
Sharon,
let's have an
good thinking on that. Of course, some of them may work there, too. Sharon, you start with a queen.
Oh, beautiful. I'm going to go lower.
Lower than a queen, a jack.
Okay, I'll have to keep going lower.
Risking it lower than a jack.
Oh,
No, an ace. Not lower. Back to the base card you go, and that gives Dennis a free chance at a 5.
Higher, Jim.
Higher than a 5?
Right.
No, another 5. Not higher. Janice will fill in the spaces with the next cards off the top of your deck. And Sharon.
Yes.
Sharon, we asked 100 mothers. When you're yelling at your kids, are you ever horrified to hear your mother's voice coming out of your mouth? How many mothers said they've been horrified to realize they're saying the same things their mother did?
Oh, for sure. I think that's really going to be high. I don't have any children, but I yell at my dog a lot. So I really think that most of us are horrified when we hear ourselves yelling anyway, but hear the same words as our mom. It's got to be at least 65.
65 out of 100 said, yeah, they've done that.
Oh, I got to say they're much higher than that because they're pretty easy to scare, those kids.
So you say, well, we were asking the mothers, and the actual number of mothers who've been horrified hearing their mother's voice coming out of their own mouth is 69, just a little higher. Dennis with a 5.
All right, I'm going to stick with the 5, Jim, and go higher.
Higher than the 5?
Come on.
This time it is
All
with
right.
an 8.
Breaks.
Put that card right up the middle, and we move over the freeze bar as Dennis freezes. Dennis, we asked 100 suburban housewives across the country. Have you ever caught your next-door neighbor peeping from behind a curtain at you? How many housewives said yes?
Oh, what kind of suburbia is this? In the middle of the desert or in the middle of the woods? Well,
All
I'm
across
still
the
going to
country.
say it's going to be a pretty low number there, Jim, because talking about suburbia, all of it, it's going to be about 23.
23. Now, Sharon, you live in a nice suburban community, Woodland Hills, California. What do you think?
Well, I think if they're going to be peeping and they're neighbors, they're going to peep carefully. So I would have to think that it's going to be lower.
You say lower.
Even though everyone
What you're
said,
saying is that they tried not to get caught, right? Yes, you say lower.
Quick peepers.
The actual number of housewives who've caught their neighbor peeping out from behind a curtain at them is 50. It is not lower, it's higher. Dennis, well, with an 8.
Okay, that 8's got to go, Jim.
Now winning the question, he can change the 8 to a queen.
All right, lady luck. All right. Lower, Jim.
Lower than a queen. No, an ace. An ace hurts Sharon, and now it hurts Dennis. Sharon, you've got a queen.
I'm going to go lower.
Lower than the queen. It is a 9.
I think I'm going to... I'm going to freeze.
You're going to freeze.
I'm going to do it.
Dennis was giving you some nice encouragement.
Isn't he sweet? I just love it.
Well, we've got an interesting board as both players need 3 cards, sudden death. Sharon, we found 100 corporate executives. These men are the heads of some of the country's largest corporations. And we asked them, is your secretary a man? How many corporate executives have a man for a secretary?
Oh, just because they're corporate executives doesn't mean they don't like to watch skirts. I think that would be very low.
I didn't understand that logic, Sharon, but whatever you said.
Well, I mean, I think that they would still would rather have a woman.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Well, how many
Unless
had a
men
man?
are wearing skirts this year. I would say only about 12.
12 out of 100 corporate executives had a man secretary, Dennis.
All right, I used to work at a department store in New York, and I've come up with a lot of corporate executives, and I've seen a lot of them have men as secretaries. So I'm going to say it's a little higher, Jim.
You say higher. Well,
Yes.
this will decide control of that
Higher.
board. Someone's going to have a long way to go. This is important.
Higher.
The actual number of corporate executives whose secretary is a man is 0. Not higher, none of them. Sharon.
How about that? Lots of
Sharon.
out there.
It is sudden death. You have a 9. You need 3 cards. Dennis has a better base card, a queen, but he also needs 3. You've got
Yes.
control. Play it or pass
I'm
it.
going to let Dennis have it.
All right,
He's
Dennis,
such
if
a
you can turn
sweetie.
over all 3 cards, you win. But make one mistake, the game belongs to Sharon. With a queen. Call this.
Okay, Jim, I got a long, rocky road, and I'm going to start off with a lower card. Real low,
Lower than
Jim.
a queen. Oh, no, it's not lower, and right away, the challenger wins game 1 in sudden death. So, Sharon's ahead, and we'll be back with game 2 in a moment. Right now, we're going to take time out for this. So it's game 1 of the challenger. Janice is dealing out the same 2 decks of cards. Here come the next cards off the top of the deck. And as I recall, Dennis, you've come from behind before.
I'm going to try and do it again.
Got to try to do it again. Dennis, we found 100 newlywed women. Now, these are all women who have been married less than 6 months.
Right.
And we asked them, which news would make you happier? If we told you you were pregnant, or if we told you you weren't? How many newlywed women said they'd be happier if we told them they were pregnant?
Another question for a single guy. But I'm just going to...
I know what your answer would be then, Dennis. Yes.
But going to experience with relatives, my sister and everything, I'm going to say that's going to be a fairly high number. I'm going to say it's about 46.
He says at 46 out of 100 say, yeah, they'd be happy if they found out they were pregnant, Sharon.
They were pregnant?
That they were pregnant.
All right. I have to say, in today's modern age, women are waiting a lot longer to have children, and after 6 months, are you kidding? You haven't had time to learn how to scrub the pot. Definitely lower.
And we all know if you scrub the pot, what's going to happen, right? Look, the actual number of newlywed women who would be happy to know they were pregnant is 39. That's right. It's lower. 39 know how to scrub the pot and they're willing to learn more. Sharon, you start with a queen.
Great. I'll go lower.
Lower than a queen. A jack.
Lower.
Risking it lower. It is a 2.
Higher.
Higher than a 2. A king.
Lower.
We have a new champion. If this is lower, no. Oh, and with an ace, Sharon goes all the way back to the base card. Dennis, you are still in it and looking at a 5.
I'm going to go higher, Jim.
Higher than a
Please.
5. A king.
Lower, Jim.
Lower than a king. A 5.
Higher again, Jim.
Risking it higher. It is an 8.
Break.
Well, we turned over a lot of cards there. Sharon, that's right. The audience said go for it. I seem to recall that's what you said to her before, Dennis. Go for it. Sharon, we asked 100 college men. Do men understand politics better than women? How many college men said, yes, men do understand politics better?
Oh, I think that number would be high. Men are still, believe it or not, they think that they're better at those kind of things. As far as I'm concerned, they are, because I'm not into politics. So I would say the number would be high, about 75.
75 out of 100 college men said, yes, men do understand politics better.
I think
Dennis.
a lot of men are going to, I think, are going to hate me, and I think I'm going to run out of here because I'm going to say, I'm going to defend the women on this one. But I'd say that women are sort of more alert on this kind of subject.
And how many
I'm gonna
men said that men understand
Yeah, I'm
politics
saying,
better?
I know that. But therefore, that number's going to be lower, Jim.
I guess I wasn't
Just a
alert
little
on that.
bit lower.
You said lower.
Just a little bit.
The actual number of college men who think men understand politics better than women is 55. You're right, Dennis. You got it. It's lower.
Great.
You've got an 8.
Oh, we got to say goodbye to that 8.
Big change, needing 1 card to tie up the match.
Good one.
He's got a jack.
Okay, lower, Jim, please.
Lower than a jack to tie things up. It is a green floor, and we have a tie. Well, the champion makes part of a comeback, tying things up. And now we get set for the tiebreaker with 3 cards up there, 3 questions here. Dennis, we asked 100 bachelors. Has your date ever ordered such an expensive meal that you had to pretend you really weren't hungry just so you could pay the dinner check? How many bachelors said that's happened to them? Now you're a bachelor, Dennis.
Oh, now you're coming up Crowley's alley. Okay. Now, in this situation, from a couple girls that I know of, I think that number's going to be really low. And I'm going to say it's about 12, because I don't think any of those kind of girls will pull that kind of stunt on me.
All right, Dennis said that 12 out of 100 have gotten stuck, had to eat less because the date ordered too expensive a meal.
I think girls are pretty considerate, but I think some of them just don't even look at the menu prices. I would have to say go a little bit higher.
You say
than that.
higher.
Yeah.
Would you do that, Sharon?
Never happened.
The actual number of bachelors who had to pretend not to be hungry so they could pay the dinner check is 26. It's higher, Sharon. And the challenger starts the tiebreaker with a 7.
Oh, I'd like to change that, please.
Winning. Dennis is rooting. I hear him back there saying, here comes an 8. No, it's a 6. A little better.
Well, I have to go higher.
Higher than a 6? No, a 5. Dennis still in it with a 6.
Okay, higher, Jim.
Higher than a 6? No, a 4. Couldn't take advantage of it. And we go to question 2. Sharon. Sharon, we asked 100 people. Would you favor a law that would forbid any kind of labor strike? How many people said they would?
That's got to be high. I think we all get sick of the unions after a while. All I do...
If the lights go out, friends, we know what...
Oh, I forgot the cameraman. Oh, dear. We're going to put a mustache on me.
How many people said they would be in favor of a law prohibiting strikes?
I think that it's got to be at least 65.
65. What do you think, Dennis?
Jim, unions got the power in this country today. It's got to be lower.
Lower. The actual number of people who would favor a law that would forbid a labor strike is 33. It's lower, Dennis.
Jim, I'm going to change that card.
And now Dennis can get rid of the 6 with a queen.
All right, lower, Jim.
Lower than a queen. A 9.
All right, lower again.
He's risking it. If it's lower, he has the championship for the win. No, not lower. Sharon, a big break. You got a free chance to play off the 6.
Got to go higher.
Higher than a 6, a 7.
All right, higher.
For the championship, higher. Yes, for the win. Sharon wins it. And Dennis, you leave us with $7,500.
Great time.
Thank you, Dennis. Dennis Crowley. Sharon, come on down here. Sharon Herbst with a big comeback. Congratulations. We'll be right back right after this. Well, we crowned a new champion, Sharon Herbst. I'm getting caught in her dress here. We'll get everything straightened out. She'll play the money cards on our next Card Sharks. Bye-bye.
We're kicking off a brand new season of the Newlywed Game with a 4-episode mini marathon.
I like that.
4 all-new episodes featuring new couples.
Please do not ask him to dance on TV.
That's happening, girl. Give him a hand.
New questions.
Are you guys rolling in the hay, too?
And a newly married Sherry Shepherd.
Let me tell you something about the Newlywed Game. Don't ever play it safe.
The Newlywed Game, a brand new season, all new tonight, starting at 8/7 Central, only on GSN.
The cards you get are the cards you play. Play them right, and you'll get to stay on Card Sharks. And here's the host of Card Sharks, Jim Perry.
Wait a minute. She doesn't want me to mention this. So needless to say, that's why I'll mention it. Happy birthday, Janice.
Well, thank
Goodbye
you.
now. Okay. And thanks for that opening poem to Michelle Moskowitz of Northfield, New Jersey. Thank you, Michelle. You know, this week, NBC and Card Sharks are celebrating the 1979 International Year of the Child. The United States is participating in this global event to celebrate children and to increase our concern for children throughout the world. So please, do your part to help all of the world's children. We crowned a new champion. Yes, indeed. We crowned a new champion as time ran out on our last show. She's going to go for the big money right now. Sharon Herbst. Hello, Sharon. And again, our congratulations.
Thank you very much.
You like standing next to tall men, huh?
I love standing next to tall men. I don't get to do it very often.
Won't you again tell us about yourself?
Okay, I'm Sharon Herbst. I'm from Woodland Hills. I'm very happily married to a marvelous man.
Is he tall or short?
Yes, he's tall.
Oh, that's good.
Yes, of course. And I'm a freelance writer, among other things.
What do you write?
I write, I've written mystery short stories so far, sold a couple, but
Oh,
I'm
that's
writing
nice.
a science fiction novel now.
Oh, well, we wish you well with that. That
Thank
should
you.
be terrific.
I have 7 pages done already.
Oh, you're already past the in the beginning
You
stage,
bet.
huh? Sharon, again, our congratulations. And now you've cut the money cards?
Yes, I have.
And let's get to them. Come on up here, Sharon. Hop on up. All right, Sharon. Janice and Lois will start dealing out the money. The money cards, I should say, as we give you $200 of new money, these 3 cards. Move up to the second level, another $200 of betting money, 3 more cards. Minimum bet's $50 till you get to the top card, the big bet. There you must risk at least half the money. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Good luck. Here's $200.
Okay.
You can change your base card, remember, on each of the 3 levels if you need to, and you're starting with $200 and a big ace.
Beautiful. Let's go all of it lower.
$200, all of it lower than an ace.
Oh, no! I can't believe that.
You cut those cards, Sharon. But you're not out of it because there are still 4 cards to go. Remember, we're moving up a good card, an ace, and giving you the other $200 in betting money. You're
there,
back
I
in
do it again. I'm going to go lower.
Oh, it can't be again.
Can't
the whole
be.
thing again. Lower than an ace. Yes, with a 6.
Beautiful.
400.
Gotta go higher.
Higher than a 6, and how much money?
I need to bet, don't I? I think I'll bet 200 higher.
$200,
Right.
half of it higher than a 6. It is
Oh,
the queen.
beautiful. I'll bet it all lower.
All of it a big bet.
All of it lower.
$600. Lower than a queen.
All right. Woo!
$1,200 and up goes the 7. Do you want it?
I want to change it. Yes, get rid of that card.
Come on, you deserve it after that double ace. The
Oh.
7 becomes an 8, right up the middle. Sharon, you must bet at least $600. You can bet more. You have $1,200 and an 8. What's your big bet?
I'm going to bet $800 higher.
$800. Not a few
Just gonna
high
do
cards
it.
out there. I hope you're right. Higher than an 8. No. $400.
That's not bad.
Sharon, I got a feeling you're a big bettor if you had the opportunity, though,
You
Sharon.
bet.
Well, $400 and $200 in the game gives you $600 for that game of Card Sharks, and who knows, maybe you'll get another crack at it. Come on down here, Sharon. Oh, that double ace really hurt.
Wasn't that a stinker?
Yes, that's a good word for it.
I like aces, but not 2 in a row.
We'll meet a new challenger in a moment. Right now, we're going to take time out for this. Yeah, that really hurt. Sharon, Janice will deal out 2 brand new decks of cards, and we'll meet a new challenger on Card Sharks. Larry Cheche. Hello, Larry. Welcome.
Thank you.
Nice big, tall fella for you, too, Sharon. Yes. Why don't you tell us about yourself, Larry?
Okay, well, Jim, I was born in the thriving metropolis of Bolivar, Tennessee.
That big town,
yes,
Bolivar, huh?
Yes. But I moved to Los Angeles when I was very young, and I grew up here. I attended Princeton University, and now I'm a cab driver in Beverly Hills. Well, I drive the cab because right now I'm in law school. I'm a night student at Whittier College School of Law.
Okay. I could just see a Princeton diploma going right down the drain.
Yeah.
Larry, good luck with your studies and good luck here. You both cut your cards?
Yes, we have.
Right in front of the audience, as always, I'm sure. So good luck to both of you. We'll start a best 2 out of 3 match with a question to the champion. Sharon, we asked 100 psychiatrists. Generally speaking, do men tend to marry women who remind them of their mother? How many psychiatrists said men do tend to marry women who remind them of mom?
Well, I don't know any psychiatrists personally, but I have read a lot of surveys, et cetera, and I would definitely say that there are a lot of men out there that marry women like their mother, younger, of course. So I would say the number would have to be high, and I'll go 70.
Sharon says it's 70 out of 100. Say yes, that men do tend to marry a woman who reminds them of mom.
That's interesting, Jim. I used to be very intimately involved with young lady psychiatrists, but so I...
That sounds like a new poll, doesn't it, Fred?
In talking with her, we were discussing that, and we were talking... And
That's definitely intimate conversation, Larry.
Yeah, we won't go into how intimate. Anyway, it was lower. I definitely think it's going to be lower.
Well, if it's lower, Larry, you'll play your cards first. If not, it'll be Sharon with her deck. The actual number of psychiatrists who said men tend to marry women who remind them of mom is 59. Larry, you're right, it's lower. And the challenger starts off the match with an ace.
Beautiful. Next one is definitely lower.
Lower than an ace. A king.
All right. Great. Okay, this one's going to be lower also.
Lower than a king. A nine.
Okay, I'm going to freeze.
And 3 clubs in a row work out very well for the challenger as we move over the freeze bar, protecting that position. Larry, we pulled 100 women who support the women's liberation movement. They all belong to the National Organization for Women. And we asked them, since there are no women in the United States Supreme Court, the next time the president appoints a new justice, should it be a woman? How many feminists said yes, it should?
Oh, definitely. In this case, I'm thinking the number's going to be high. In law school, I run into quite a few women that are very qualified, and they all definitely think that there should be a woman on Supreme Court. So I'm going to say 90.
90 out of 100 women said yes, he should appoint a woman.
He's making it tough for me, but I don't see how a woman could belong to now and not say yes. We're long overdue for that, so I'd have to go higher, even though he's
higher than that. Well, the actual number of feminists who think the next Supreme Court justice should be a woman is 99. Oh, boy, that's high. And you get a look at a 2.
Oh, beautiful. I'll go higher.
Higher than a 2. An 8.
Oh, great, lower.
Lower than an 8. An 8.
Oh, hello. I think I'll freeze.
And Sharon also starts off with some very good cards. Now both players need 2 cards for the game. Sharon.
Yes.
We asked 100 married teenage girls who have children. Married teenage girls with children. Do you still have braces on your teeth? How many teenage mothers still have braces on their teeth?
That's not where they need the braces, I think, but... I think if they're getting married and having children, they've been just too busy to have braces. So I think that number is relatively low, and I'll go 20.
20 out of 100 teenage mothers still have their braces, Larry.
Well, in that case, with these young teenage women, I definitely think it's going to be lower than that.
Even lower.
Even lower.
The actual number of teenage mothers who still have braces on their teeth is 1, Larry. Just 1.
Beautiful. Okay, Jim, we're going to start this off by changing that card.
Whenever you win the question, you have the right to change the base card. The 9 becomes a jack.
Okay, jack's tricky card, but definitely lower.
Lower than a jack.
All
yes,
right.
a 3.
Okay, this one's going to be higher.
If it's higher for the first game of the match, it is yes! The 7 and Larry wins game 1. And $100 to the challenger. Game 2 will be coming at you in a moment. Right now, we're going to take time out for this. Those are great cards to start with. Well, it's game 1 of the challenger, $100. Janice is dealing out same 2 decks of cards with the next cards off the top of the deck. Larry, starting game 2 with a question to you. Larry, we surveyed 100 prison inmates. Now, these are all men who are currently serving time in San Quentin prison. And we asked them, when you get out of jail, is there someone you plan to get even with for helping to put you behind bars? How many inmates said, yes, there is?
That's an interesting question, Jim. You know, in dealing with the cases that we do, we talk about that situation in which, you know, how to talk with a client that you've just worked with and they've just lost. And in our teachings, they tell us that we should not encourage that in any type of way. And as a matter of fact, we should discourage it in order to help them make a readjustment into society again. So I'm going to say the number is going to be relatively low, and I'm going to say 20.
20 out of 100 have someone they want to get even with, Sharon. What do you think?
I think it's a low number, but revenge is a very powerful emotion, and I think if they thought they could do it and not get caught, a few more than 20 would do, so I'll say higher.
So you say higher. Well, the actual number of inmates who have someone they want to get even with is 23. It's just a little higher, Sharon. And Sharon starts off with a 2.
Oh, beautiful. I'd like to go higher.
Higher than a 2, a jack.
Oh, I'll go lower. Go with the
Risky
odds.
get lower. Yes, a 4.
Beautiful. Higher.
Higher than a 4, a 5.
Oh, higher.
Trying to go all the way to tie things up. No! And all 4 cards go down. Back to the base card. Wow. Larry, a free chance at a 3.
All right, great card. The next one's definitely higher.
Higher than a 3, a
Okay,
queen.
great. We're going to keep it going. The next one's going to be lower.
Lower than a queen,
Yes,
a 4.
yes, we're going to keep going. The next one's going to be higher.
Higher.
Yes, I'm going to freeze.
And we move over the freeze bar. Turned over 7 cards, and Larry comes out of it needing just 1 card for the championship. Sharon, we asked 100 men who have been married 50 years or more. When it comes to your wife, do you ever feel like you don't get no respect? How many men said they sometimes feel like that?
Oh, golly, after 50 years, all the pretenses must have been dropped. I'm only a fifth of the way, but I would have to say... Well, no, you know what? I'm going to say about in the middle, because by that time, the pretenses have been dropped and the wives are being kind to them again because they feel sorry for the old duffers. So I'll make it tough and say 50.
Sharon says that 50 out of 100 men said, yeah, they sometimes feel like they don't get no respect, Larry.
Well, Jim, you know, I think if two people have been married for that long, both of them have to have a pretty high mutual respect. So I'm going to say it's going to be lower.
How many men said they do sometimes feel like they get no respect?
It's lower.
You say lower. The actual number of married men who feel like they don't get no respect is 46, just a little lower. Larry,
okay.
You've got an 8.
Let's change that card.
Big change for the challenger. He'll play an ace. Lower. We have a new champion. If this is lower, it is. Larry wins it. Well, Sharon, I thank you. You played a great match.
Oh, I loved it.
And you're leaving us with $600. Good luck with the
A
writing.
lot of money. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Sharon Hertz. Larry, come on down here. Way to go.
Thanks, Jim. Thank you. It's feeling great.
Larry, you make me feel like a midget. How tall are you?
I'm 6'4". 6'4".
You're a little more than that, aren't you?
I'm about 6'4". You know what? I was too short, though, to play basketball.
Larry goes for the big money right after we take time out for this. I never had to do that. We were just discussing that, yes, the fact that you went to Princeton and I went to Penn, I'm not going to hold that against you at all, Larry.
Okay, great. Us former Ivy Leaguers stick together.
Okay, let's win a lot of money. Let's get to the money cards. Come on up there, Larry. And listen, you're making more money. You're working as a cab driver. Here come the money cards once again, and you know how it's done, Larry. You're going to have 7 cards, and if you can go double, double, double all the way up, that's a total of $28,800 that you can win up there right now. I hope you can do it. I know you got a lot of bills in law school.
Oh, I tell you.
Good luck, Larry. Here's $200.
Thanks a lot.
And again, that choice of 3 base cards as you go up, the choice of 2 on each of the 3 levels, I should say. $200, Larry, and a 10.
Let's change that, Jim.
Got to play this one. Let's make it a good change.
That's
a good
great.
change.
Okay, we're going to take all of it, and we're going to say it's going to be higher.
$200, the whole thing. Higher than a 3. Yes, with a 10.
Okay, this time we're going to take $100. It's going to be lower.
$100 lower than a 10. It is an 8 for $500.
Okay, let's go with another $100. This one's going to be higher.
100 higher than that middle card. It is an ace for 600.
Beautiful card. Beautiful card. Beautiful
$800.
card. Okay, we're going to go with all of it. It's going to be lower.
Double or nothing. $800 lower than an ace. Yes, with a jack.
Okay. All right, we're going to take...
You have $1,600.
We're going to take $400. The next one's going to be lower.
$400 lower than a jack. Yes, with a 10
all right.
for $2,000.
Okay, this next one we're going to say $200 is going to be lower.
He doesn't like this one quite as much.
No, I don't.
$200 lower than a 10. It is a 6. $2,200 and up goes the 6. Do you want it?
Change that card for me, Jim,
Big
please.
change. You've got big betting money. For the big bet, you'll play a 3 again.
Beautiful. Okay, we're going all the way, all of it, that this next card is going to be higher.
Come on, double or nothing. For $4,400, higher than a 3. Oh, no. Larry. Doggone it. You had a good card, too. You had to go with it.
I tell you, well, you win some, you lose some.
Yeah. and that time you lost a lot, unfortunately. Come on down, Larry. Well, you got the 200 in the game, and maybe you get another crack at it. You're a good player, so you might.
Thanks a lot. I hope so.
We'll be back with this fine champion, doggone it, right after we take time out for this. Larry and I have made an executive decision not to discuss those money cards at all. We will right away say deal out 2 brand new decks of cards, Janice, and we'll meet a new challenger on Card Sharks. Goldie Sherlin. Hello, Goldie. Nice to see you. Won't you tell us about yourself?
My name is Goldie Sherlin. I live in Arleta. I came from New York State. We moved to California 23 years ago, and we love it here. For 20 years I worked, and 3 years ago I retired, and I really am finding the second half is better. Having a great time.
Nice to hear. Good luck to you, Goldie. Good luck to both of you.
Thank you.
We'll start the best 2 out of 3 with a question to Larry.
Okay.
Larry, we asked 100 women. The judge in the Lee Marvin trial recently awarded Michelle Triola Marvin $104,000. Do you think she deserved that much money? How many women said, yes, she did deserve it?
You know, Jim, surprisingly, in talking with a lot of women, they were opposed to that decision. So I'm going to say it's going to be relatively high. I'm going to say it's...
How many said she did deserve that much money?
Oh, she did. I'm sorry. That she did deserve it. That's going to be a relatively low number. I'm going to say only 35.
35 out of 100 women said, yes, she deserved that much money, Goldie.
Well, I really don't think she deserved that much. But there's so many of these women now believing in this women's lib. I think it was higher.
You say higher. The actual number of women who think Miss Scholl Triola Marvin deserved the $104,000 is 43. It's a little higher, Goldie. And Goldie, you start with a 10.
Oh, a 10. I'm gonna change that.
You're gonna change
please.
the 10, all right?
Please,
Goldie,
Jim.
it becomes a 2.
Oh, good, great card. Higher.
Higher than a 2, a jack.
Okay, lower. I'll
Lower
listen
than
to
a
that.
jack. No, a queen is not lower.
Therefore.
And there's a break for the champion. Larry,
Listen to that.
Larry starts with a queen.
Ah, great card. Okay, this next one's going to be lower.
Lower than a queen, a
Yes.
5.
Okay, we're going to keep going. The next one's going to be higher.
Higher than a 5, a 10.
Yes. Okay, this next one, I'm going to freeze on
You'll
this
freeze
one.
it. We move over the freeze bar. Janice filling the spaces for Goldie. Goldie, you don't want to pay any attention to the audience anymore, huh?
No more. I'm going to think myself.
All right, Goldie. Think about this one now, because we're going to give you a Card Sharks poem. Now, listen carefully. We asked 100 women, have you ever blamed the cleaners for shrinking your slacks when you knew all along it was those midnight snacks? How many women admitted they blamed the cleaner when they'd really gained weight?
Well, I know that's a lot of people do that. I'm going to just go right down the middle on that one. I'm going to say 50.
50 out of 100 blamed the cleaner when it was really them who gained weight.
Well, Jim, I think that a lot of people, if they're serious about losing the weight, are not going to put it on the cleaners, and I'm going to say it's going to be a lower number than
You
that.
say lower. The actual number of women who blamed the cleaners for shrinking their slacks when they knew all along it was those midnight snacks is 16. You're right, Larry.
Right.
Very much lower.
Okay.
You got a 10, Larry.
Yes, we're going to change that one.
Winning the question, he can change it. A 9.
Oh, boy. Okay, this next card is going to be lower, Jim.
Lower than the 9. No, a king is not lower. There's a break for Goldie with a 2. Call this.
Higher, please, Jim.
Higher than a 2. A 7.
Oh, boy. I'm going to freeze that one. I'm going to freeze
You'll
it.
freeze.
Yeah,
Did they tell you not to freeze? Well, that's about all the time we have for now. We will continue this game on our next Card Sharks. Have yourself a good day. Bye-bye.
Some of our contestants will receive a curling iron and Agree. Now this new Agree Cream Rinse and Conditioner. It's the new damaged hair formula. And Blue Luster Shampoo and Blue Luster Plus Carpet Shampoo. With grease cutters and brightness to remove ground-in dirt and grime. And from Kinney Shoes, the great American shoe store, and up to the minute selection of fashion footwear. Kinney Shoes not only fit your feet, they fit your life. And the Good Air CA90 Ecologizer continuously removes tobacco smoke, odors, dust, pollen. CA90 Ecologizer keeps the air you breathe cleaner and fresher. This is Gene Wood speaking for Card Sharks. A Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production.
Enjoy the game show or the Card Shark, fan? You got the Saturday, the one that's Saturday night, but back today. We were old school fan on Card Shark. Back today, one that's Saturday to one that's 81. Enjoyed it. We had a good time. One that's Saturday night to the classic hours on the Card Shark. I'm gonna had the ball game. Oh well, yeah, a ball game. To tell you about the ball game, and then this is the game. So I'm gonna probably just tell one we're paying on the cost of the ball game. And we figured this, my fans were going to end this call, Italian. Okay, that's all today. So the squad go to did my video today. He KKTV. Los Angeles, my 8, 7, 8, and 9. You get to enjoy the day, the weekend. I'm gonna see you on the next video today. It's pretty gonna go subscribe me. We go to be myself. Have a good day. I'm gonna see you in the next video. Good day, everybody.